Today we will discuss about global warming. It is one of the burning issue we are facing actually, and the whole living organism under the threat because of the global warming. Let me understand what is this global warming. But before understanding about the global warming, let me understand one natural phenomena which occur because of the Earth's atmosphere. Earth's atmosphere is a very unique combination of the gases. And you know that the Earth is the non-luminous object. It don't have its own energy. It receives the energy both in the form of the light and the heat energy from the sun. When the sunlight falls on the earth, part of it will get absorbed by the earth and part of it will be reflected back into the space. But the one which is reflected back in the space, in that the little amount of the heat energy again reflect back to the earth, and that heat will be stored into the atmosphere. And this happened because of some of the atmospheric gases like the carbon dioxide, which is there just the 0.03% in the atmosphere. But as it is absorbing the heat, so it will act like that heat will be acting like the keeping the earth warm, right? So naturally, that is the reason, unlike any other planets in the solar system or any other places, the Earth climate is moderate. Otherwise, the other planet, no, daytime it will be very hot. You might have studied in the case of the moon also. Daytime it is very high temperature, and night time it is very cool, minus temperature. But rarely we see that much of the difference of the temperature on the earth atmosphere, because hardly day and night temperature 10 or 15 degrees Celsius we will see the change. And this is because of this naturally what is happening about the carbon dioxide is absorbing little energy, the heat, the solar energy, heat energy, and that is how it is keeping the earth the moderate temperature. This is the normal causes. Now, now understand what is the global warming. This global warming is a gradual increase in the Earth's temperature, generally due to the greenhouse effects caused by increased level of carbon dioxide, CFCs and the other pollutants. So as I told you, the natural level of carbon dioxide, it is holding that heat energy at certain level, and because of that the Earth's temperature is moderate. But there are the various causes, human causes are there, which is causing the increase in the level of carbon dioxide, CFCs and the other pollutants in the atmosphere, and which is trapping more and more sun's energy, heat energy. And because of that, the earth temperature is gradually increasing. Right? It is not like every day it is going on, but gradually, like they say is that every year half degree Celsius temperature is increasing. And when I say the half a degree Celsius temperature, you might laugh, oh my god, half a degree Celsius, what is that mattering? But you know, every year like half, like 1 year half, the next year one, half plus half, then 1.5, two, 2.5 like that. So temperature is increasing so much. There is increase in 1 degree Celsius also. It has a lot of effect. Let me understand the causes of global warming. There are some natural causes are there like volcanic eruption, water vapor, forest blaze, the forest fire and all the But these natural causes will occur very rarely. Volcanic eruption is not happening everywhere and all the time. It's happened rarely. Forest fire, it's not happen every time. Right? But when we talk about the man-made causes, it is one of the very big cause for the global warming. So what are these man-made causes are there? The very important thing is the deforestation. Cutting the trees in the large number for the sake of the development, but we are just going on behind this development blindly. Then use of vehicles. How the use of vehicles? Because in the vehicles we are burning the fossil fuels. We are using the fossil fuels as a fuel in the vehicles, and when it is combustion of this fuel, it releases lot of this carbon dioxide and the other greenhouse gases. Then chlorofluorocarbon, use of lot of this chlorofluorocarbon. This chlorofluorocarbon is used as a coolant in the refrigerator and in the air conditioner. And we know how much we are addicted to the refrigerator and the air conditioners nowadays. Right? So more and more we are using this appliances, more chlorofluorocarbon is used and more global warming it is causing. Then the industrial development. As the need of the human being is increasing, industry is also coming up more and more to fulfill the demands, our needs. Then there is one more cause is there, that is agriculture. You might wonder, agriculture is the growing the plants, right? The crop plants in the large number. How come it is the cause of the global warming? So here actually the agriculture growing crop plants is not the one. But during this process there is a lot of like using the pesticide and the other chemicals, and then some of the places the farmers use the practice like after the harvesting, whatever the unnecessary unuseful parts of the plants are there, they just burn it, and that is causing the releasing the lot of carbon dioxide and global warming is caused. Then the over pollution, and as this is again the very important factor, you know, the over pollution, as the pollution is increasing, that all the things what we had discussed previously, that all will increase more and more, right? To provide the housings and the other amenities, the deforestation is done, population is increased, the more vehicles are used, more chlorofluorocarbon in the form of the refrigerator and air conditioner is used to meet the requirements of this growing population. More and more industrial development is happening and more agriculture. So these are all related one. Yes, you can see here the power plant where the generally most of the countries including India, the large amount of the electricity is produced by burning the coal, a fossil fuel. And burning coal is lot of pollution it is releasing, not only in the carbon dioxide but the smoke and all thing also, ash, smoke and all thing it is releasing. Then this is a fire, forest fire, volcanic eruption. Now let me understand what is the effect of the global warming. As I told you, there is a gradually rise in the temperature. And as I told that gradual rise, approximately the scientists say the half a degree Celsius every year it is increasing. And when I was a student, when my lecturer told half a degree, I didn't understand. But now in this quite many days, I am observing now how much temperature rise. The summers become very hot, even the winters also. Now, that is now rise in temperature is one of the effect of the global warming. And because of that rise in temperature, there is a lot of living organisms are under the threat. There is a threat to the ecosystem because the many organisms which are used to survive in the cold climate, because of the rise in temperature, uh, warm temperature it is becoming, so what is happening, they are not able to survive. So there is a threat to the ecosystem. There is a change in the climate. You might have observed nowadays a lot of cyclones are coming, right? Unseasonal rains happen because of the cyclones. And because of all these things, there is a lot of spread of the diseases. Because unpredictable climate, and because of that, diseases are spreading rampantly. And which causes the high mortality rate. Death rate is increasing more and more. And there are many animals, many organisms, they lost their natural habitat because of the global warming. You can see here the polar bear, which is found into the Antarctica and the polar region, Arctic Circle and this one. But now as the more and more ice is getting melted because of the global warming, they are losing the habitat. And as they are losing this organism, losing their habitat, they are in the verge of the extinction. You can see here one more picture of the polar bear. And you can see that there is a loss of the habitat. One more cause of this global warming, drought. Right? Less rainfall. Some places it will be very less rainfall. And some places it is so much of the rainfall that it gets flooded. Yes, you can see in this slide, overall melting of the ice. Because of the high intensity of the heat, the forest fire is increasing more and more. Cyclones are become more often, right? And temperature is rising the temperature, and because of that, uh, even the loss of the cropland is happening. Now, as you understand what is the global warming, a big question come in our mind: how to control this global warming? Right? Now, this problem is very huge. The global warming is a very huge problem. And sometimes we start feeling the helpless as a one single person. What can I do to control the global warming? And we start feeling helplessness. But do you know that drops of water make the ocean? You might have heard this saying. Every drop is necessary to make the ocean. And the same way, every human being taking the small effort to control the global warming have a lot of effect to control the global warming. And you know that the global warming is not caused because of the some country or somebody, the some leader or somebody, but all of us are, all human beings together, we have caused the global warming. So controlling also in our hand only. There is a very small uh, our lifestyle changes when we are doing. Definitely we can control the global warming. And let me understand a few of that, like a change a light. What is this change a light? The ordinary fluorescent light you can change with the uh, compact fluorescent light or the LED bulb. The LED bulb is very power saving. So you can change that one. Next is a driveless. What is this driveless? So nearby places, instead of taking the vehicle, you can walk or use the cycle. Right? And sometime you are going to the far places also. Uh, Instead of the one person going in the one's car, So you can do the carpooling. Some people who are living nearby, they can just go together in the same car to the same place. Then recycle more. What is that? When we are recycling the things more and more instead of using the new again and again, so that time we are able to control lot of carbon dioxide release here, because the energy is needed in the form of various form. The energy is needed. Maybe it is in the electricity or burning the coal, whatever it is, heat electricity for recycling the objects. And when we are recycling the objects more and more, so what is happening there? That much amount of the energy is saved. And there is one more factor is there. Instead of the recycle, actually the reuse. Use the objects again and again and again instead of buying the new things, right? So as long as we can able to afford to use that object in the good condition, reuse it. It is always recommended one. And then the next one we are talking, avoid the products with a lot of packaging. And nowadays, the consumer era, when we are seeing, the objects are, lot of products are nicely packed. Single packing, double packing, tetra packing is are there, right? But as this packaging is more and more, that waste generation is more, and sometimes it is to overrate that waste. The waste is burned, and that causes the global warming. Avoid the products with a lot of packaging. Turn off electronic devices when not in use. It may be the simple fan or tube light or light or any other electronic gadgets like the laptop or if it is not in the use, turn off. Next point, use less hot water for the bath or washing the clothes and all things. Why it is like that? When you are using less water, it may be the just 100 cc water also you are reduce than the as usual. That much of the burning the fossil fuels to generate the electricity or in any other form you are using, it will be reduced. So lot of effect it have. Then the one more effective method to control the global warming is power your home with renewable energy sources. It may be the solar energy, wind energy, right? Hydro energy. But hydro energy not possible everywhere. But solar energy is very easily available. Most of the part of the India we can use the solar energy, and nowadays the big apartments you can have the windmill also on the terrace of this big apartments. And the whole the building can be use that energy, you know. So always use the renewable sources of energy as long as possible, use it. And then there is one more very important point you have to understand, and that is a plant trees. How many trees you can able to plant? Please plant it nearby your house, near the schools, offices, roadsides, right? Wherever you can see the playground, surrounding the playground. I know playground you need to play, but at the margin, the periphery, okay, you can plant the trees. And suppose you see we don't have the place to plant a tree. You can have the terrace garden, or in the balcony you can put the pots and grow the plants. It may be a very small plant, but it has a lot of impact. As I told you, every drop of water is essential to make the ocean. The same way, all of us are that very insignificant effort also what we feel it is having the significant effect on the protecting this our earth. So as long as possible, plant more and more trees. You can see here now a very beautiful picture. It shows about what you are choosing. Vehicles, industries, lot of pollution, global warming. When you are protecting using the eco protective gadgets, growing more trees and plants, you are protecting the earth. You might be saying, we cannot use all the time the cycle, we have to travel long distance. Yes, definitely we have to use the vehicle, but avoid the driving as long as possible when you are going to the shorter distance, or use the public transport where the same amount of the fuel is used to transport so many people. Carpooling you can do. Industries we cannot avoid completely because that is necessary for the development, but grow the trees more and more in the vicinity of the industries. Roadside, grow more trees, and that definitely will have lot of positive impact. Choice is yours, what you are choosing, deforestation or afforestation, and based on that what you are doing. When you protect the trees, you plant the trees, you are protecting the earth. I hope so you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.